Alright, what's up, cool here, back again with a video up on the channel, and today we are back with a Dragon Ball Legends video, and today we are back again with the next installment of the LS/Ultra tier list. Yes, it's finally about time. It's already been a month and all that. I know it's quite late in the month as well, you know, usually I always put them out pretty late, but listen, alright, I like to make sure I have plenty of time to, you know, test out the new units and all stuff, and also test out some other certain characters and all that, so that way I can properly, you know, rank them at least to the best of my ability and all stuff. So there's that. Now this tier list, by the way, will also probably end up being, I stuttered there, end up probably being the last tier list I do before anniversary at the very least, because most likely I'm not going to be doing one next month, since I don't know if it's really worth it to do one, since obviously we're most likely not going to get anything new until anniversary, which anniversary is going to start probably either very late May or start of June pretty much. So either I'm like, the unit's gonna come out just at the very end of the month, so I'm not gonna have enough time to be able to use them properly and be able to like give a proper opinion and rank them, or it's gonna be the next month already. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing one next month, so do keep that in mind. So this is gonna be, I guess, my final tier list before anniversary. So there's that pre-anniversary tier list. Here we go, I guess. But yeah, and obviously do keep in mind, obviously this is my own opinionated tier list. You don't have to agree with, you know, any of my takes or whatnot. You know, feel free to discuss in the comments, you know, if you either agree with a certain take I have or disagree, whatever, that's fine. Just do keep that in mind. Obviously nothing I say here is actually like 100% factual, so there's that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, make sure down below and also sub to the channel, notification bell to never miss out on upload. Without further ado, let's actually hop in to the tier list. All right, we are here looking at the tier list once again. We have quite the number of characters to rank here. I think we have a total of 32 individual units to rank, so it's gonna be a pretty lengthy video. I'm gonna try my best, obviously, to, you know, go through them as quick as possible and all stuff, but it's still probably gonna take me a decent bit. So there's that. Do keep that in mind. And obviously, as always, I always like to pull up the, you know, the last month's tier list and all stuff, just kind of like compare and all stuff, get a quick glance at it and all stuff. Do keep in mind, I'm gonna mention this at the start. The tier list is probably gonna change up quite a decent bit, so this is gonna be probably completely different compared to last month's. Usually, you know, there's a decent amount of changes between these tier lists and all stuff, especially the last couple ones, but it's usually not like the most drastic changes ever. This one will probably have quite the number of changes, so there's that. And of course, we also have to start off with the one, the only, the perfect being himself, Perfect Cell. Now, Cell, obviously last month, you know, in the last installment of this tier list, he didn't have his plat equip and all stuff, and I would have said at that point he was okay, like, you know, he could still be solid in the right situation, but obviously his gauge took a while to build up and all that. You know, the meta just wasn't in the best spot for him and all that, so he just in general wasn't the greatest at that point. Like, he was okay, but now with this plat equip, he is a completely different being out here. He just is absolutely ridiculous. He's easily one of the best units in the game already, automatically probably top 5 unit in the game, bare minimum, maybe even top 3, honestly, you can make the case, which means obviously he's going to be in Z tier. I know, shocking, he jumped from freaking S to Z tier, but that's what happens when you give a unit who's already pretty solid, you know, by himself, a busted plat equip. Like, he probably has by far the best plat equip in the game. Like, they just absolutely went ham on that plat equip. They literally gave him everything on that plat equip, so there's that. They pretty much fixed him actually with this plat equip. Literally, one of his main issues was the fact that he just took too long to get going, obviously, because he wanted to fill up his unique gauge and all that, but his unique gauge just took so long to fill up, especially compared to Goku Blue Goku. But guess what? They literally made it so his third slot of his unique equipment literally automatically gives you a portion of his unique gauge already filled up, so that at that point it's always going to take less time to actually fill it up and all stuff, so you'll be able to actually have him at his max potential a lot sooner in a battle and all stuff. So that definitely does help him quite a bit. So there's that, as well as also androids obviously got buffed up recently, especially because of these guys. And then obviously Future has been getting quite a number of buffs, because Future just can't go on for that long without getting a single buff. So there's that. So Cell's looking in a very good spot. I would say he's easily one of the absolute best units in the game right now, very deserving of being Z tier. So there's now Vegito Blue. I'm not gonna lie, Vegito Blue, where was he last time? A tier. I'm gonna drop him down to B tier. Vegito Blue, actually did use him recently before making this tier list, just to kind of test him out. He's aged. I get, like, he needs a plot, like bad. I don't think he needs a Zenkai. I feel like they should give him, I feel like with any unit that doesn't have a plat equip, same thing with like UI Goku or like Gogeta Blue or like, I don't know, some other units like Rose, whatever. All right, I feel like with LFs, they should just give them their plat equips first, then give them the Zenkais and all that, because I don't know, I just feel like, especially with the fact that how they've been making the recent plat equips and all that, like it could actually like make the units quite a bit better and all stuff. I just prefer them to save the Zenkais later down the line. I feel like, I don't know, but that's just me though. But he could definitely use some help at this point. He's just aged out at this point. Like maybe on the right team setup and all that, he can still be fine, but he's aged. He's been replaced on his teams, you know, obviously Fusion Wars, which Fusion Wars isn't even the best spot. Like they're okay right now, they're still a solid team, but they're just not in the best spot, and they just don't compare to a lot of like the top tier teams like LOE, God Key, you know, Future, all that stuff. And but yeah, Fusion Warriors and all that, even God Key, like the best variant of God Key you're not running him. Like he's been replaced by Blue BRS, he's been replaced by Ultra Gogeta Fusions. Like yeah, he's just aged at this point, as simple as that. So I'm gonna drop him down to B tier. FSK, where did I have him last time? Had him in A tier. All right, now I know obviously last month one of the main things about the tier list was the fact that I maybe put Majin Vegeta maybe a little too high. You know, maybe I was feeling myself a bit too much. I will admit that. Maybe I was feeling a bit dangerous at that point, but yeah, anyways, FSK, I think at this point he's still good. Obviously he's definitely still good. He can definitely still put in work in the right situation. It's just obviously he's fallen quite far from the #1 position he used to hold back in the day, but I'll put him in S tier. I'll put him in S tier for now. Again, I might change things as we go on, but for now, I think I'm going to put him in S tier because I think honestly he can still be quite solid, especially with the best unit in the game being literally a yellow unit. Like, he does have value. You know, there's quite a few good yellows in this meta and all stuff. You know, full power Frieza, future Gohan, and all that. Like, he does have value in this meta and all that, so I'll give that to him, I guess. So there's that. I don't know. Not much else to say about FSK. He can still hold his own for sure, so I'll leave him S tier for now. Jiren. He's definitely not Z tier. Where was he last time? Was he? Yeah, he was Z tier. He's definitely not Z tier. I don't think. Maybe Jiren. He's definitely one of those units that maybe was a bit gassed on release. Now at this point, he's still being affected by the boost. I'm assuming he will probably fall out of the boost pretty soon. Maybe even sometime next month, actually. So we shall see. Obviously, I will do a video, you know, revisiting him at that point, you know, without the boost, but Jiren's like fine, honestly. Like, Jiren's fine. He's not the craziest of all time and all stuff. He's definitely not Z tier like a lot of people perhaps claim for him to be, but I think he's fine. You know, I'm gonna put him in SS tier. He's probably gonna end up being maybe like the lower end of SS tier, but I think he's fine. And obviously we do have to keep in mind that with the anniversary coming, assuming we are gonna get some sort of Universal Alpha Saga theme celebration, at least for one of the main themes of the anniversary, especially with MUI Goku potentially coming in some fashion, you know, his teams will get buffed at that point, especially being Universal Alpha Saga. So maybe at that point it might have more value, but we shall see. Only time will tell, I guess. But Jiren's fine, so there's that, I guess. I don't know. Full power Frieza, Z tier. Like, LOE is obviously one of not the best team in the game right now. Like, they're absolutely ridiculous. You know, I would have said obviously before Cell got his plat equipment, before the androids came out and all that, I would have said Frieza was probably the best LF, even above the likes of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who was, you know, my #1 pick for the best LF in the game as of, you know, last month, but he's definitely not anymore. But Frieza obviously is absolutely ridiculous, obviously being able to nullify endurance at all times. You know, AoE blue card that just dishes out a ton of damage. Just even his own like individual damage can actually be pretty good. Tanking wise, he's not obviously the craziest tank of all time, but he can actually be pretty decently tanky on the right setup and all that. And obviously, you know, if you run him alongside the likes of like LF First One Frieza, now you have access to Angel Golden Frieza, is actually ridiculous. And obviously you still have Revival Frieza, is very good and all that. Like, LOE, yeah, like this guy is a staple in LOE and all stuff. He's very good. Like, again, I've said this in the past, like with certain units, I feel like I don't really need to keep keep constantly explaining why they're in that specific tier and all stuff, especially if they're in pretty much in the exact same spot they were last time and all that. Like, it just gets quite repetitive at this point. I don't know, I guess for the new people that maybe haven't seen the previous tier lists and all stuff, it would be nice to like re-explain, but at the same time, like, I feel like it should be at least somewhat obvious why he's there. So I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But Frieza's just very good. LOE is very good, so obviously is going to be very high in the tier list. So there's that. Oh boy, Bardock. Bardock. I'll nice him. I'm gonna put him in an S tier. I'm gonna put him in the bottom of S tier. The Bardock, I definitely think now the fact that he's not getting boosted and the fact that now we have the androids who are super dominant red unit, nullifying endurance and all that stuff, it definitely does hurt him for sure. Bardock is just not in the best spot, and also he could use a plat equip, to be honest. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Bardock I feel like was definitely pretty dependent on the boost. Now at this point, without the boost, his tanking is okay still. Damage is not the craziest, even, you know, the fact that also he has to take quite a bit to build up. He also doesn't take the absolute longest to build up, but still it can take a decent bit. And even when he's fully built up, his damage is just not it compared to a lot of other units who just, especially someone like Blue Goku and Goku, who just starts out with what, over 150%, what, 170% damage inflicted or something like that. Like, yeah, it's just unfair. Like, they also have a unit like the androids who also have to kind of stack up their damage and ramp up as they go, but they just ramp up so much faster compared to Bardock. It's actually just unbelievable. Yeah, Bardock at this point, without the boost and all that, the meta is just not in the best spot for him. Like, yeah, I'm gonna drop him down to S tier. Maybe later I could potentially drop him. I don't know. I'll put him in here though. I still think he can be solid, especially if you have my higher stars on the right team build and all that, in the right situation. Like, he can still be fine. So there's that. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave him in S tier though. There's that. But Series 4 Gogeta, obviously the unit who I had, you know, ranked as the #1 LF unit in the game, you know, in the last tier list. I will just automatically say he's not the best LF in the game anymore, at least for me. But he's still Z tier. I still think he's Z tier. Obviously, he's still very good and all. It's just, I feel like it's more so just the fact that his teams obviously just don't compete compared to, you know, obviously, you know, I guess his main team would be like Fusion Warrior. I guess at that point, Fusion Warrior just doesn't compete to the likes of against the likes of LOE. You know, Fusion Warriors doesn't compare to the likes, I guess, of Future and all that. Androids, maybe at that point against androids is a little bit closer, but Future I would say is probably Cell's best team by far. I will obviously say the same thing about androids. Like, honestly, any characters on Future, I would say Future's their best team. Maybe excluding this Vegeta, because I'll say God Key, especially green, yellow God Key, if I can talk, is probably his best team, obviously. But Future is probably like damn near close up there, like probably second best team or something. I don't know, but yeah, Gogeta is still very good, obviously individually and all that. But Cell, the fact that also Cell came out now, like with his plat equip, you know, he's super dominant in the meta. Like, obviously he counters Gogeta quite heavily and all that. Definitely does hurt him a decent bit. And yeah, it's more so just his teams. I feel like just once his teams get better, obviously he's gonna get better, and maybe at that point he'll shoot back up to like the top of the, you know, the list and all that. But for now, I think I'm gonna put him, you know, at the bottom of Z tier for now at the very least. So there's that. Now Future Gohan, Future Gohan definitely at this point is perhaps starting to show his age, especially now the fact that also we got the androids who hard counter Future Gohan. You would probably expect me to bump him down quite lower on the tier list, but actually I'm gonna put him here. Reason why is because obviously, again, I just mentioned that Future is one of the best teams in the game right now. Guess who's on core for Future, and guess who you're running alongside, you know, the androids or Cell and all that? Future Gohan. Like, Future Gohan, maybe at this point, like, his damage and all this stuff has definitely aged out quite drastically, honestly, at this point. But at the very least, he still obviously has the utility and all that in terms of the support, the endurance, you know, the disrupt he has and all that. I just feel like he fulfills his role. Like, you put him on any team and he'll fulfill his role. Like, so there's that. Like, he helps amplify the other characters you have around him and all that. Especially, again, you run him with probably the best Future setup right now being him, you know, the androids, and then Cell. Like, he does his job. He definitely does his job of helping amplify the other two characters for sure. So I'll put him in Z tier. Maybe I was debating before this tier list, maybe putting him like top of SS tier, but I think I'm gonna put him even above Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just because of the fact that how good Future is and all that. So there's that. I don't know, but I'll keep him there for now. Future Gohan's still pretty solid, so I'll keep him there. But Majin Vegeta, I did use him recently. Obviously, it was the last video I actually recorded, you know, using Majin Vegeta again for my monthly series of using him, I guess. He definitely, honestly, that was probably the first time I actually got a little underwhelmed by Majin Vegeta, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it was the team setup. The team setup, I don't think was bad for him, honestly, but I think honestly the fact that maybe the reason why he looked a little underwhelming compared to like the last time I used him being you know, throughout last month is because of the fact that last month, you know, obviously Kaioken Blue Goku still quite common obviously, but Majin Vegeta obviously does do additional damage against Goku and all that, especially back when Kaioken Blue Goku came out. He was like the most common unit in the meta and all that. Goku and Vegeta are still common, but they're definitely not as common for sure, you know. But back then, you know, when Kaioken Blue Goku came out, Goku and Vegeta were also being quite common and all that stuff, so at the very least we were fighting against quite a number of Gokus obviously, so Majin Vegeta could actually pop off in that instance. But now obviously with the androids being super dominant, you know, Future being a super top tier team and Goku not being there, I think that does hurt him a little bit. And I think at this point he's definitely like, he was already starting to show age, of course, you know, he's quite an old unit. Obviously he's over a year old, you know, getting closer and closer to 2 years old, you know, once after anniversary and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in A tier still. I'm gonna put him in A tier, but I think at this point he's probably gonna end up being, where was he? At the top of A tier. Yeah, he's gonna drop down significantly. I feel like, I don't know, Majin Vegeta, he can definitely use a Zenkai for sure. I don't think he badly, like super badly needs it, especially compared to some other units, but he could use it for sure. And with one, he will be busted. So I'm patiently awaiting for the day he's Zenkai. So there's that. LF Piccolo, he's a difficult unit to rank. Honestly, these next two units are gonna be pretty difficult to rank just because I just don't use them. Like, I guess Piccolo I kind of used somewhat recently with the you know, for the green Piccolo showcase that I did pretty recently. He did good there for sure. So I'm gonna put him in S tier. I'm gonna put him above these guys, I guess. Piccolo can definitely still be good. It's just the one negative to him is just his teams. Obviously, just regen is not that good. Saiyan Saga is just non-existent pretty much, so yeah, I don't know. But I still think he's like at least deserves to be above these guys, I guess. I don't know. Kid Buu, honestly, yeah, Kid Buu is difficult for me to rank just because I just don't use him, and he's a unit that just doesn't get put on that many banners, so I also don't have him that highest stars ever. Again, same thing with Piccolo. His teams are just not in the best spot. Regen's not in the best spot. Powerful opponent is in an okay spot, but guess what? He's blue. Guess who else, you know, is also blue on powerful opponent? It's just an infinitely better option to run on that team. Revival Frieza. Like, Revival Frieza is just easily better on powerful opponent to run compared to Kid Buu. Like, in every way possible. Like, it's not even close. So, is he... Maybe my bias is maybe somewhat kicking in. But is Vegeta Clan a better team compared to Regen? I'll probably say it is. I'll probably say Vegeta Clan at the very least is better than Regen as of right now. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him above Kid Buu. I don't know. Maybe I might change this later on, but I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna move on. I don't know. Kid Buu is okay at this point. Rival Gohan, where did I have him last time? I'm definitely not putting him in SS tier again. I'm gonna put him here. Do I? Or I'm gonna put him here. I'm gonna put him here, I guess. More so just because of the fact that there's quite a few powerful yellows, you know, being you, freaking, where is he? This guy right here. You know what? Come here. I'm gonna put you in. It's obvious he's the best unit in the game. It's obvious he's the best unit in the game. He's by far the best unit in the game. It's not even close. Like, it's just unfair. Honestly, I know he's getting boosts and all stuff, but still, like, I feel like honestly, even without the boosts, he's still probably gonna be the best unit in the game. Especially with the anniversary coming up and God Key is most likely gonna get buffed up in some way, especially with a presumable MUI Goku coming out for anniversary. So he's gonna get buffed up in some way at that point, so he's still gonna be very good, you know. So I don't know, he's best in the game. Do I even need to explain why? Like, he does absolutely everything. He can combo you into oblivion. He just never stops getting his vanish back. He just has never-ending green cards. He steals strikes when he swaps in or when you swap against him. He doesn't need to do that at all, but he does it. He destroys blue cards on his blast cards, which is just an absolutely unnecessary effect, but they gave it to him. Like, he's just busted beyond belief. Like, nullifies special coverage changes on main ability. By the way, his ultimate doesn't have blast armor, but he actually has something better than blast armor because he just flies right through the blast cards and takes no damage whatsoever. He just doesn't care. Like, Yeah, he just does absolutely everything. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, do I need to explain more about why Falcon Goku's the best in the game? Like, yeah, that's all I gotta say. But back to Raul Gohan. I know I kind of went out of order there, but Falcon Goku just kind of ticks me off at this point. Yeah. Raul Gohan's still good for sure. Definitely his pre-revived state has definitely aged at this point. He's definitely not the craziest for sure. The main value he has at this point is just his revival mechanic, obviously. Once he transforms, obviously, to Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, at that point, he can definitely still put in work for sure. His damage output is still ridiculous for sure, but I don't know. It's just a bit situational. Again, there's a lot of powerful yellow units, so yeah, I'll put him here for now. I guess, I don't know. And his teams, I mean, Sun Family, I would just say Goku and Vegeta are just better. Hybrids, I would say you probably don't even run them on core for hybrids at that point. So yeah, I don't know. Movies as well, you just run Goku and Vegeta, just straight up, you don't even run Goku and Vegeta. You don't even run a purple in movies. I don't even know. Movies is not in the best setup right now, or not in the best spot right now, but I don't know. I'm just gonna put him in S tier right there. Gogeta Blue, my boy. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm gonna put him on the top of A tier, above Majin Vegeta. I will put him in S tier like I did last time, but I think at this point Gogeta Blue is finally starting to actually show his age. I actually did use him recently before this tier list, and yeah, I even ran him on a pretty optimal team setup, and he definitely, you can definitely tell he is showing his age for sure. It's not bad, obviously. He still has value with the special cover change nullification. His green card counter can still be absolutely devastating beyond belief, but yeah, it's just, it also is the fact that he's been replaced on his teams. Like, Falcon Goku exists, so like, if you have Falcon Goku, why would you ever run Gogeta Blue, you know, over Falcon Blue Goku? Fusion Wars as well, you're most likely running Majub over him, and even future Gohan, honestly, or heck, even Falcon Blue Goku in Fusion Wars. I've seen it plenty of times, so yeah, Gogeta Blue, I think at this point is fine. It's starting to show his age, which does suck. It kind of hurts. At this point, he could definitely use a plat equip, but there's that. Hopefully, when he does get his plat equip, he returns to being the absolute king of this game. So, well, you know what I mean. Hopefully, he's very good at that point. You know what I mean. Anyways, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You know what? Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I'm going to put at the top of S. For now, obviously, I'm going to put above all these characters. Reason why is individually, I'll maybe say, like, Piccolo, honestly, is better. Yeah, probably. It's just his teams. I would say GT is definitely not a bad team. It's obviously not the craziest team of all time, but GT's, I would say, is at the very least better than Regen, because at least you have him on there. You have units like Ultra Omega, who can be pretty solid in this meta, you know, with the amount of good yellow units and all that. Oob, I guess. Honestly, you might even make the case that, honestly, you could actually, this guy maybe is your best yellow on GT, maybe because of the fact that now these guys exist, so they just hard counter Oob and all that, even hard counter future Gohan. Like, I don't know. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is definitely still good. I should do a video on him actually again pretty soon. I might actually do that, but yeah, I don't know. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is definitely pretty solid. I feel like he's, again, pretty underrated and all stuff. So with his plat equip, he's definitely still very good. So there's that. I don't know. I'll put him at the top of best here. Again, I'm mainly putting him above Piccolo just because I at least think GT is a better team than Regen, especially if you're running him on Sun Family as well. Sun Family's better than Regen at this very point. Sun Family is also not the craziest team of all time as of right now, but at least they're in a, well, actually, they're not bad actually because you have him. But then again, I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna put him in the top vest here, whatever. Goten. You know what? Maybe I've been sleeping on Goten a little bit. I haven't used him lately, so I don't know. But the more I think about Goten, you know what? I'm gonna put him here. Actually, I'm gonna put him here. Whatever. I'm gonna put him here. I don't know. Like, Goten, I feel it can be solid and all that for sure. He can probably do some decent damage and all. He's providing support to Gohan, so like you can still run these two together probably, and like they can work really well. I don't know. Like, Goten's solid. At the very least, I think at this point he's probably at least better than Vegito Blue and stuff. Goten, again, is one of those units that's just difficult for me to rank because I just don't use him and all that, so I don't know. I'll put him here for now, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Blue Vegeta, he's like one of the best units in the game, like literally. Like, I love how when he got a Zenkai, everyone was calling him like pretty mid and all stuff and underwhelming, but now look at him. Like, now he's the best Zenkai in the game, like by far. Like, it's not even close. Like, Vegeta's absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, you know, him being on some of the best teams in the game, being God Key, you know, green, yellow God Key, and, you know, future and all that. like he's very good. Obviously, you know, him providing support as he combos, him doing insane damage, especially once he ramps up and all that. His lock-in ultimate's absolutely devastating and all that. Super valuable. Tanking wise, he can actually be pretty solid and all that. So like, yeah, Vegeta just overall I think is very good in this meta. Just very valuable. Just easily one of the best units in the game. So there's that. Like there's not much else I gotta say about Vegeta. Like that's it. Like literally I summarized it all in like just a couple sentences. I feel like, again, if you've played the game and all that, like you should know why this guy is like here. Like there's that. So I don't know. Ape Vegeta. Where do I put Ape? Where do I put Ape? Am I gonna put him below Majin Vegeta? No, I'm not. I'm gonna put him above. I think this time I'm gonna put him above Majin Vegeta finally. I think maybe I did disrespect him a little bit last time, but I don't know. Where do I put him? I actually don't know where to put him. Do I put him? You know what? I feel like he can. I might do another video on Ape. I know I've been doing a couple videos on Ape pretty recently. I know I did one not even that long ago. Triple Zenkai buff him and all stuff, but I might do another, especially since I did get him to 13 stars, because of course, anytime he's on a banner, I have to pull him. You know, since he's on the Androids banner, I freaking pulled a copy of him, so he's 13 stars. I think actually he's now one copy away from 14, so maybe soon I might have him at 14 stars, but I don't really care, honestly, but I'll put him here, I guess. I know the Androids exist and all. You know what? I'm just gonna put you there. We don't need to talk about UI Goku much. He's aged at this point. Like he's in need of either a Plat or a Zenkai. Probably both, honestly. I don't know, but I'm gonna put Ape here. At the very least, he does have value. Again, he can be a solid counter against the best unit in the game and all that. The Vegeta clan is definitely a solid team for sure. You can run alongside a unit like him. Yeah, I'm gonna put him here. I don't know. Again, I can change things as I go, but I'm gonna put him here. I'm gonna nice him, I guess. I don't know. All right, the Androids. Finally, how long have I been recording for, actually? Okay, I'm 25 minutes into this recording, actually, at least raw recording. Honestly, I'm gonna probably edit out a decent bit, so it might be a little shorter, but of course, it always takes me a decent bit to get to the main new unit, of course, but at least we're here. So Androids, I feel like, honestly, if you've been paying attention to any of my recent videos, you will probably already know the answer to where I'm gonna put them. Right up at the top of Z tier as the best LF unit in the game. I think they are absolutely ridiculous. I know some people might not agree, and maybe honestly they might even put like Cell above them. Cell is very good for sure, yeah, but the Androids just do too much. They just do too much. Like, not only are they doing crazy damage and all stuff, tanking wise they're actually pretty solid. They're actually very good. I know they're being boosted, but like, I'm not gonna wait like 2.5 months from now or something just to give my opinions on them and be able to properly rank them. Like, that's a long time from now, or at least like that's a decent amount of time from now. And like they're being boosted, so like I don't know. It's just, I don't get that argument of like, oh, you can't rank a unit until they're not being boosted. Like, it's a PvP game. Like, what matters is right now. They're being boosted right now. Same thing with Goku Blue Goku. So we're ranking them as how they are right now. Like, they're being boosted, so like as of right now, obviously they're going to be very good being boosted and all that, but I still feel like, honestly, even after the boost, I still think they're going to be quite good and all stuff. At the very least, better than Goku Vegeta for sure, because their base kit is better than Goku Vegeta, I would say, for sure, because, you know, again, not only doing good damage and all that, they can actually tank pretty well and all that, even better than Goku Vegeta, even when they were being boosted. Again, just like Goku Vegeta, they heal as they combo and all that. Like, the fact that their green cards are some of the best in the game. Their green cards are ridiculous. 17's green card, the fact that in Nullify special cover changes, he draws a card, he gets key, like it's a range attack as well, so you can catch your opponent like in a sidestep or like, you know, long range or whatever, and you can just freely combo without a worry. Like, is ridiculous. And 18's green card, the fact that, again, you know, she Nullify special cover changes. It's a power up green card, so it's not a range green card, but still, you know, it's a stop time event, so you can potentially catch your opponent in a sidestep or attack or whatever. And the fact that also, you know, not only like 17, she does draw a card and get key, but she does remove the enemy's vanish gauge. So overall, their green card is absolutely ridiculous, and they're obviously, you know, their blue card came pretty hard and all that. The fact that obviously when you swap between them, you know, you get card draw speed, you get key. I believe when you swap from 18 to 17, you heal again. You, I think, also remove the enemy's Dragon Balls. I think one, but still, you remove a Dragon Ball, you reduce their key. Also, the fact that pretty much at the end of every combo you do with them, or any, just in general, if they're on the team, any combo you do, at the end of every combo you do, you're getting support for your team, you're getting key, you're lowering the enemy's key, and you're destroying a card. Like, that is a pretty underrated effect about them, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like many people don't really talk about that effect. I feel like that effect is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, the androids, I feel like they just do so much. They just do absolutely so much, to the point that I feel like they even like outrank the like Cell and like full power Frieza, all these units. Like, the androids are actually absolutely ridiculous. I do very well believe that they are just the best LF unit in the game right now. Obviously, Goku Blue Goku's still better, obviously, but androids are just absolutely ridiculous, and they're so fun to use right now, I'm not gonna lie. So there's that. But yeah, there's that. I guess my opinions about the androids. So there's that. I've realized I have not put many units in SS tier. We're gonna put some more, I guess, in there. Speaking of putting units in SS tier, I do think Corrupted Merge Zamasu is SS tier worthy. He is very good right now. Obviously, you know, maybe he could use a plat equip, kinda, not really, honestly. I don't think he really desperately needs it, especially compared to some other characters. You know, actually, let me just do that. I don't need to mention anything about Broly. Anyways, yeah, you know what? Yeah. Anyways, I don't even mention anything about these characters, honestly. Like, you can probably guess why they're there. Like, they've just, Broly needs a plat, he's aged. Like, Beerus is aged, but at the very least he has some utility with main ability locking and card sealing and all that, destroying cards. So at least he has more utility than UI Goku, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, Corrupted Merge Zamasu at the very least now, obviously, you know, Future being one of the best teams, God Key being one of the best teams, that obviously does affect Merge Zamasu, obviously, so that helps him out quite a bit. Now we got Red Rose Zenkai. Well, obviously Red Rose himself is not the best unit, at the very least he does Zenkai buff Merge Zamasu, so obviously on Future and God Key and all stuff, you can actually Zenkai buff him, which does drastically help him out. And yeah, Merge Zamasu, especially now that Ozzy, you know, we do have quite the number of powerful yellows again running around the meta. Future Gohan, you know, full power Frieza, Kaioken Blue Goku. Like, it's very good counter against them for sure. You know, remember Ozzy main, you know, his main ability, when he pops his main, he does nullify endurance. So Future Gohan at that point is dead. So like, yeah, and his damage output is obviously very, very good, especially once he gets ramped up and all that. Tanking can be okay, especially at higher stars. He does have decent sustainability of the fact that once he falls below, I believe, 75% HP, he does heal as he combos. The fact that also when he kills an enemy, he does destroy their whole hand, and even especially if you get the combo where you finish off your opponent's unit with his ultimate does lower the enemy's key completely. And then obviously, you know, as part of his passive, when he kills an enemy, he destroys their whole hand. So like, that is very devastating for sure. Green card obviously is very good because he can lock the enemy in for 3 counts, I believe. He goes type neutral, gets key. Blue card is a quick animation. He does force draw green, which is very good. Like, overall, Zamasu I think is actually quite good, and I feel like he's actually aged pretty well. So I do think as of right now he does deserve to be an SS tier. So there's that. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. At the very least, I do think at least he's better than Kid Buu at this point. Yeah, like, he's obviously aged at this point for sure, but yeah, I'll put him here. Whatever. I know in the last year it's actually struggled to rank him where he is, but yeah, I'm gonna put him there. At the very least, no. I'm gonna put him there. Yeah, I'm gonna put him. No. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna put him there. Whatever. Yeah, he's just aged at this point. Obviously, he's fallen quite a bit. So there's not much I need to say about Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So yeah, Ultra Gogeta. Okay, now this one's an interesting one. You may assume I'm probably gonna put him here. I could put him here, yes, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do this, yeah. Reason why I'm doing this is because of the fact that Ultra Gogeta individually is very, very good, and I will say he's probably better than all these characters. But again, teams do account. Like, we do account teams and all that, and guess what? Same thing with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Fusions is not in the best, it's not in the absolute craziest spot. They're not bad, they're still a solid team, still a good team, but they just don't compare to the likes of LOE, Future, even like God Key, especially God Key. They don't compare to God Key, especially. I don't know why I'm even mentioning like, oh, even God Key. Like, I don't know why I mentioned that. Anyways, like the fact that this guy exists, he hard counters Ultra Gogeta. Like even the androids counter him, you know, to a point, especially when you swap into 18. Like, especially also the fact that LOE has Angel Golden Frieza who hard counters Ultra Gogeta. Like, I feel like Ultra Gogeta is still good, but he's definitely not in the crazy spot right now, and his teams definitely do hold him back a decent bit. So there's, I don't know, I could put him higher. Obviously, you know, he's very, very good for sure, to the point that he can just carry himself in a lot of situations, and it doesn't really matter what team he's on. But I'm gonna put him here. I do think he is here. I feel like Ultra Gogeta is just not as threatening, at least as of right now, compared to what he was a couple months ago when he released. I don't know, there's that, but we'll see how things play out, you know, as time goes on, especially once he's not being boosted and all that. But for now, I'm actually gonna put him here. So nope, stay there, Future Gohan. Anyways, Evolution Blue, it's probably gonna be somewhere here. At the very least, he has to be above Gogeta, because he's better than Gogeta. Like, it's pretty obvious he's better than Gogeta. Better, I would say he's probably better than Bardock. Better than Ape. Yeah, is he better than FSK? I'll put him here, just because again, God Key is a pretty solid team and all that. So I guess he can be good on there. Vegeta Clan is solid. They're not the craziest team, but they're solid for sure, especially with this guy. Massively helps the team. Universal Saga, you know, and I don't know. I'll put him here, I guess. Obviously, you know, he can take a bit to ramp up and also, for once he ramps up, he definitely can get going for sure, and his damage output can definitely be pretty solid at that point. At the start, obviously, you know, it's not gonna be the craziest, but I don't know, he's just situational. But in the right situation, he can still be very, very crazy. So I'll put him there, I guess. Sure, whatever. Now Goku Vegeta. They have fallen off quite a bit. They're definitely not Z tier for sure. I'm not putting them in Z tier. However, I'm gonna nice them and put them in SS tier. But the question is, where do I have them above Jiren? Do I put them above Jiren? I'll put them above Jiren. Yeah, I'll put them above Jiren. Yeah, Jiren is fine, but they're close. But I do think Goku and Vegeta have the slight edge to Jiren. At the very least, I just find it more annoying to fight against them compared to Jiren at the very least. So that's hey, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, they can still be fine. Obviously, you know, on Mono Purple, obviously they're still very, very good. But Mono Purple, like, is not the craziest team right now and all that. And of course, they're gonna look good on Mono Purple when the team is literally built around them. Same thing with, like, the likes of Super Vegito and all that. Which, by the way, Super Vegito, yeah, no, nah, I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him there. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. Super Vegito at this point also, same thing with Goku and Vegeta, has aged. Super Vegito at this point just takes a little bit too long to ramp up, you know, and all that. Again, Mono Purple is probably his best setup, but Mono Purple's not in the crazy spot right now. And also, again, outside of Mono Purple, he would probably be on Fusion Warriors, obviously, but Fusion Warriors, like I mentioned already, is okay. Like, it's still a good team, but they're not in the best spot, and they just don't compete to the likes of a lot of the other teams I've already mentioned. I don't need to keep repeating it. So there's that. I guess Super Vegito has definitely fallen off quite a bit. He's definitely not the best Zenkai that, you know, like he was just a few months ago. So yeah, and again, powerful yellows. So there's that. That also does hurt him. So yeah, same thing with Goku and Vegeta as well. I mean, at that point you can swap into Vegeta, that type advantage, but I don't know. Goku and Vegeta definitely have fallen off a decent bit for sure, especially ever since they stopped getting boosted and all that. Like, yeah, I don't know. Outside of Mono Purple, they're solid, but they're not the craziest. So I don't know. I'm gonna put him in SS tier. This guy, top of SS tier. LOE, obviously, he's literally, like, I would say probably one of your main options. LOE for sure. Like, this guy is just too valuable for LOE. His support and all that, like, he's just too good. He's just too good for LOE right now. So I'm gonna put him in at the top of SS tier for sure. Sword of Hope, I'm gonna put above Goku Vegeta. I would say at this point, Sword of Hope, I think, is better than Goku Vegeta, especially since, again, Future is one of the best teams right now. Guess who's your best blue option in Future? Sword of Hope. Yeah, so Obviously, if you're running like most optimal version of Future, I would say you probably don't run him on core, but obviously it's still good to run in Future and all stuff. And on a more normalized setup of Future, I guess he's obviously still very good for sure. So I'll put him above Goku Vegeta, yeah, for sure. Definitely not above him though. This guy's just way better off in this meta for LOE and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Rose. Is Rose above Kid Buu? You know what? I'm a knight. Fuck Rose, honestly. Like, listen, Rose is cool. Rose is cool. I like Rose. You know, in terms of the character and all. And he's a cool LF unit, but he sucks. Like, he sucks. I literally used him recently. Actually, I recorded a video using him. I'm not gonna put it up because I'm not a fan of how that video went. It wasn't specifically centered around him. I just put him on the team as part of like a gimmick thing. It was a full endurance setup basically, or nullification setup basically, where I ran him alongside the androids and full top Frieza for a video. Maybe I might come back to that video and re-record it, maybe, depending on how it goes. Maybe I might actually upload it, but at least when I initially recorded it, I just wasn't a fan of how it came out, more so because of my mood in that video. That day I just didn't feel that great. So Rose just, he's not like, yeah, he has value with endurance, nullification and all that, but he just, outside of that, he sucks, honestly. Like, he needs a plat bad. He needs a plot equip bad. Like, is he better than... Yeah, I would at least say Kid Buu at least has, in the right situation, is better than... Yeah, no. Namegoku. I'm actually gonna put Namegoku here. I think last time, yeah, I had Namegoku quite a bit lower, but I actually did use him recently, and he actually kind of surprised me. He actually did quite a bit better, actually, than I thought he would. Maybe I might do a video on him actually pretty soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. Actually, again, Namegoku, in the right situation, if you know how to use him, he can definitely still be quite good for sure. So there's that, especially obviously if you do have his plot equip, especially his awakened plot equip. He does do additional damage against LOE, and guess what? LOE is one of the top teams in the game, so that does help him, I guess. So I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm gonna keep Gogeta Blue. But there's that. I guess this is the full tier list. I know maybe this was a little rush, maybe I didn't explain that much. Is there something maybe I want to change throughout the tier list? You know what, do I put FSK? I feel like I at the very least I have to put him above those two. I don't know if I put him higher. Nah, I like, again, same thing as Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Sun family hybrids are at least better off than regen. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put FSK. Yeah, I need to use FSK. FSK I did use a little bit before this tier list, but not enough to the point that I can like give the most justified like opinion, properly rank him and all that. Like, I don't know. I might use them again probably for a video actually, just to use them, because it's actually been a good bit since I've actually properly used them. And honestly, when I was using him, it was more so just to run it alongside Goku, because I was more so focusing on using Goku actually at that point when I was running this guy. So I could definitely put him on a better team setup, and maybe at that point it would definitely look better. So yeah, I'm gonna put him here, I guess. At the very least, I'll say, I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna leave it there. This is my finalized tier list. Yeah, this is my finalized tier list. Again, you don't have to agree with any of my takes. I said that at the beginning. You don't have to, all right? I'm very well aware that obviously not everyone's going to agree with my tier list and all stuff. I know other people I've seen, you know, Virgil and all stuff make their tier lists. They've had some pretty, interesting takes, honestly, quite similar to mine. And I honestly agree with their tier list for the most part and all that. My man Virgil put Majin Vegeta at the bottom. I don't listen. I know my bias, towards Majin Vegeta, but like at the very least, like he's better than UI Goku. What am I doing with Piccolo? Hello, Piccolo, please. Chill, Piccolo. Chill, Piccolo. Anyways, yeah, this is my final tier list, I guess. Again, you don't have to agree with everything. You know, you feel free to leave your opinions in the comments and all that. So there's that. Again, this is, I guess, my final tier list before anniversary. So there's that, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. I might probably do some videos actually revisiting some of these units actually, you know, over the course of next month, especially since next month I'm assuming is going to be super dry in terms of content and all, because usually May for Legends is usually pretty dry in terms of content, obviously, since it's right before anniversary. They're setting up for anniversary and all that. So yeah, there's that. So anyways, I guess hope you guys enjoy the video. You know, if you do, make sure down below and also sub to the channel if you enjoy my content. Also hit the notification bell to never miss out on upload. And also do keep in mind we are on the road to 300 subs, so you know, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. It would definitely help out quite a bit, so please, thank you. But anyways, I guess I will see y'all in the next one, and peace out. Have a great one, y'all.